Hey y'all, so this is the other half of my haul from both Yankee Candle, and this is the Bath and Body Works part of my haul. So of course I had to go to Bath and Body Works. It's a favorite, but so is my Yankee Candle, so I like them both for different reasons. One of the things that I specifically love when I go to Bath and Body Works is they have the hand sanitizers. And what I gotta say, I don't know if it's because of COVID-19 that they're running less, but there was only one fall fragrance, and there was only 2 other fragrances at all. Usually they have like 20 fragrances. So they have the sweet cinnamon pumpkin, which is my favorite of theirs for fall. So I got 2 or 3 of these because I do keep these in my purse. And then I have on my purse, you know, one of those little side hangers on my purse, I have one there. And I have champagne toast left over from a little gift set that I got with hand cream, that, and a little votive candle I think was also in it. But or either was it air freshener? I think it was air freshener, room freshener, or room fragrance, as they say. But the main reason I buy the Bath and Body Works brand stuff is that I can go and get my little hand sanitizers. I'm sure hand sanitizer is something that is just about selling out all the time because women can put this in their purse, men can put it in their pockets, kids can put it in their pockets, or their bags or whatever. So I did go and get some of those. And then also I got some air fresheners. Now I did get air fresheners from Yankee as well. But I got 3. These are really, really pretty packaging as well. And this is Spiced Apple Toddy. And obviously I can't spray because I've got my candle going in the background. But and you can't smell it anyway. But it's a concentrated room spray. And it's very, very pretty. So I wanted to have different colors. So then I looked for another one. And this is Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, like the hand sanitizer. And it's that one had a shiny finish. This one has more of a matte finish. It's pictures of pumpkins, and it's more orange based. That was more kind of a berry color. And then this one's called Pumpkin Apple. Now let me see if there's different. Those 2 were Bath and Body Works. No, this was Bath and Body Works brand. And this one is White Barn, and it's shiny. That was matte. And then this is White Barn, and it's matte, but it's gray with leaves. And I thought it would have said leaves or something like that, but it's Pumpkin Apple. So the 3 of these together in a powder room. Again, I like to give people choices when they come over to my house in case they're just digesting well or they have a tummy upset problem and they don't want to be embarrassed. That they have 3 fragrances they can choose, and because they're concentrated, you can just do 1 spray and it takes over any other fragrance, body fragrance in the room with this fragrance. So I just think it's a courtesy that you should always have in your powder room or bathroom, that if somebody comes over to your house, the one that they're going to use, you should have a small size can of air freshener in there. So I got those. I also like to have towels in there for people, and I usually have 1 or 2 tea towels or small hand towels like this, maybe 3, so that people don't feel like they have to use the last one that somebody else already used, just in this day and age, but I've always been that way. So that's on one side of the sink. On the other side of the sink, I always have a container full of napkins, or disposable hand napkins, so that they can just throw it away, use one and done. And that's probably the preferred way, to be honest with you. Now, my grandchildren would go through like 40 of these at a time because I think they just found it was fun when they were little kids to use them over and over and over. Because after they'd leave, I'd go in the bathroom and there would be a trash can full of these and almost none left. So I was like, okay, they had a good time. But anyway, I always try to choose, you know, colors or patterns of these or colors of these that go along with the time of year. Sometimes if it's Christmas, I'll have little Santas or little Christmas trees. You know, if it's any other time of the year, spring, I do flowers. Fall, I do leaves, or these are kind of fall colored flowers. And I have different kinds of containers. Like this bathroom that we have downstairs is black, gold, and copper, and so I have this, but sometimes I'll use a more ornate one, sometimes I'll use a rattan one. Just depends on what I'm kind of going for the decor for that time of year. So I got those air fresheners. The other thing that I got from Bath and Body Works besides that and the hand sanitizer was, you got it, another candle holder. I'm always getting candle holders from there because they got the cutest ones. So this one's just elegant. I feel like this, I'm going to be putting this in my other office that I think I'm looking to be my filming room now. This right now is my filming room. But y'all know when I've done my Pure Bible ones, I always have that backdrop because it's got scriptures on the wall. And I think that's going to be my filming area. But it would be a major change. So this has a little switch. It's run by battery. As you can see, it's starting to, I don't know if it's a little fan that's blowing or heat. It looks kind of like a lava lamp the way that it's kind of swirling up. Can y'all see that? And it's so pretty, especially when the room's a little bit darker and you have a candle going. I think that would be so pretty. Or, I've got little teeny, 2 little lamps on either side of that dressing table in there. And I thought, what if I just sat them, because it's a flat base, sat them on top of that. So I don't know really what I'm going to do with this. But I walked in the store. I am such a sucker for anything that is sparkly. My husband says, you're like a crow. Anything that sparkles gets your attention. But it does, especially diamonds and other colored stones. So anyway, I'm going to cut that off. I think it's AAA batteries or AA batteries that keeps that going. There's one of their candles you could see. It fits nicely. Because it has a ridge, I'm wondering, which is important so this doesn't fall off, I'm wondering will my little lamps fit on that. But because they're only like this tall, and if you put that on there, that could be really, really pretty. I don't know. I think I'm going to do it, though. Or worst case scenario. No, I don't guess you could do that. I was thinking, what if you did it upside down? Would that work? I don't know that makes good sense, though. That might not be a good idea, because I'm not exactly sure how this works. If it's heated upside down and it did that, I don't know if that'd be a fire hazard. If it's just a little fan, I don't even know if it'd work as good. So let's just don't do that. But anyway, so that is my haul from a couple of stores. I have to tell you that both stores did exceptional jobs of social distancing. Of course, you know, if you've done any shopping during the COVID-19 times, which mine is very rare. But when I go to get something to back up and I see that nobody's, you know, I drive through in the parking lot and see there are a lot of people in the store. First of all, they have limits on how many people can actually be allowed in the store. And I respect that, and no complaints. You know, I never give anybody a hard time about that, because that's the right thing for them to do to keep us safe. The other thing is they may take your temperature at the door, and they may ask you questions like, have you been sick within the last 14 days? And they will list it. They do a temp at the door sometimes. They will insist that you have a mask on or provide one for you if you don't have one. They also have sanitizer, and you can sanitize your hands, which to me is just, if not more important than the mask, because certain masks, the cloth masks, don't do a whole lot to protect you. It protects others from, and not very well. I mean, the micro particles getting out still get out unless you do dual mask, and that helps a little, but it's better than nothing. It also is a point of courtesy, and some people say no, it's not better than nothing. Well, then it's just a point of courtesy. If you don't have an N95, also there's KN95s, which you can get at like Staples or, you know, different places. You can buy those, and those definitely are better. So if you can get hold of some KN95s, you should, especially before we come into this fall season, where we could face yet another flu. Not necessarily a pandemic, but you know, we've had flu every single year ever, and some are more deadly than others. This obviously was one that they just had a really tough time dealing with, and we reacted in ways we never have in history, like shutting down a country. So that's a really unusual situation. So it just makes good sense for you to stock up on some masks and toilet paper while you can. But don't get crazy with it. We have to trust God in these kind of situations anyway. And people say, yeah, well, Beth, I did trust God and my loved one died. Y'all, and I don't say this in a crass way. I say this in a very matter-of-fact, honest way. We are all going to go one day. Part of our journey on this earth is its end. That's part of the journey, is the end of the journey. And you may go by an illness, you may go by an injury, you may go by an accident. You just don't know how you're going to go. And I still have to trust God. Now, does that mean you don't do anything smart to take care of yourself and your loved ones and just general people out there that you don't even know? Of course you do. Of course you do those kind of things to have precautions. You know, I saw a marquee once at a church, and I used to hate those things because they always say stupid stuff. But this one, I drove by, me and my husband both just laughed. It said, trust God and lock your car. In other words, trust God, but do common sense things that you know make good sense. And so, you know, I do believe in covering your mouth when you sneeze, and covering yourself when you are contagious. So it only makes sense. Go ahead and wear a mask. Preferably the more effective ones and less fashionable ones, but I have those too, though, the fashion ones. But more importantly to me, wash your hands. If you've touched stuff, it gets on your hands. Sanitize your hands everywhere you go, in a store or gas stations. I wear rubber gloves. I don't care what anybody thinks. I wear rubber gloves, and then after I pump my gas, put the cap back on, and getting ready to get back in the car, I have one glove on my hand that I do all that with, and the other hand is what I use for my card, and I literally pull it in and out so that it's not touching anything. And then as soon as I'm finished, I pull that one glove off and throw it in the trash and get in my car. And that way, and still, when I get in the car, I get one of these out of my purse and sanitize my hands. And when I get home, I wash my hands. Because sanitizer, yes, it has some alcohol in it, but you really want to wash your hands for, 20 to 25 seconds just to be sure that you are getting it really lathered up, really slippery, and then rinsing it off for a long time to make sure any germs that were on your hands are off. And so let's try to have good practices there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you'd like others like it, hauls from different stores like this. And again, they did a very good job of social distancing flow in the store, and sanitizing things. If you want to look at a candle they made, you put it in a basket so that afterwards they would sanitize it if you touched it. So anyway, I will talk to you guys again soon.